together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have a 13-game slate in the MLB to go over. So we have plenty of action to get into. But before we get into today's game, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. And it was a good day for me. It was a good day. Baseball went 9-4-1. The Cleveland Guardians money line was a winner. They shut out the Reds. Houston and Miami over 9 was a winner. Boston first 5 -0.5 was a winner. Full game -1 pushed. Toronto and Philadelphia could not have gone any better. First 5 under a hit. The Blue Jays won the game. 2-0 on that game. Kikuchi has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Pittsburgh and New York first 5 under 4.5 was a winner. The full game went way over, or the full game went over. First 5 stayed under. Beautiful there. That Braves Yankees game, we think we both fell for that over trap. First 5 over 6 in the full game over 10.5 were both losers. Chicago over 8.5. I was hooked. Texas, first 5 run line was a winner. Full game -1 was a winner. I was worried that I wasn't going to get that over. And then the Angels hit a 2-run shot in the top of the 9th, and it cashed it. So a nice little 3-0 spot on that Ranger game. That one couldn't have gotten any better. Royals first 5 was a loser, though. So 9-4-1 in baseball, up 3.62 units. I did go 0-2 in the WNBA. I doubled down on the overs, first half over, full game over, and didn't come in anywhere close. I checked around a little bit into the second quarter, and the live line was 155. I'm like, all right, cool, that's done. So overall, 9-6-1, up 2.52 units. In August, 123, 136, and 11. Slowly climbing, down 15.16 units now. That was in the 20s just a couple days ago. So slowly climbing out of it, hoping by the end of the month we get back to the black for August, and hoping we can continue that to today, where I have made no bets so far. My free pick videos last night were both NFL preseason games, because the plays I was looking at here for today are all first 5s. Or there was a lot of first 5s I was looking at. So that is yesterday. What do you say?
Yeah, it was another losing day. We went 2-3 on the site, so it was low volume and it just didn't work out. Vegas, what the hell happened? I thought they would come into that one motivated because they got blown out by them last time. Nope, they lose by 19 again. Cool, thank you, Aces. Rangers came through for us, run line at plus 118. Yankees get shut out by Bryce Edler. Yeah, cool. Under in the Philly game wins, and we get hooked by the Boston Red Sox, where they win by 1 instead of 2. Just plain out annoying. It is what it is. It was smaller volume there. It's probably going to be another small volume today because it's only MLB. Hopefully we can get our shit together because this is getting annoying.
Yep. But head over to the chat, and then we'll get into some baseball for today.
Let's do it.
I like the under and the Twins -1.5. Mets over 8.5 and the Orioles over. Do you like these plays for today? I haven't made any bets yet, so I'm not going to say yes or no yet. Tim?
Under in the Twins game, didn't touch that game. Mets over, yes. Orioles over, yes.
Today is the day, boys. Let's do it. Let's do it, Dylan. I've already locked it in. I have. I took Aljamain Sterling with Wele Zhang at -111.
Oh, that's tonight?
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, I was
But
about to say.
we were having a discussion last night on the live sweat over at Who Bangin' on that fight, and I'm just going to be a fanboy, and I found a way to bet him. So there we go. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. R.I.P. to the bookies. Kill them. Okay. That Aces game was outright ugly. I did not watch a second, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. All I saw is that I lost my bet.
This is where we get the units back. Gomber and Kramer on the same day. How exciting.
Yes, sir.
I had a good day, too, yesterday. Today I have the Astros -115. That line seems so fishy, no pun intended.
I agree.
With the Marlins. That line looks so off. I don't know if I want to move on that game. That line does not seem right. Over 9.5 Reds and Guardians. Blue Jays money line. I like the under 8 and the Nerfy 2. Did not bet it. And the O's against Blake Snell. Okay. Morning, Twins. The Cubs killed my 17 parlay last night. I said it during the show yesterday that I was leaning White Sox, and I just never pulled the trigger on them, which was frustrating because I wanted the White Sox. I just never bet it. I was looking at their team total over as well. Of course, running Kenta Maeda, K-props, and the Twins win. That's an early game. I want to look at the Twins a little bit there. What's up, Rose? What's good, Markel? As usual, the Marlins Nerfy. Hot streak right around the corner. Pancakes in there as well. Today is the day to cash bets. Yeah, I like that a lot. Love that take in Toronto, Philly under and Nerfy. Never in doubt running it back. There you go. It went 4 for 4. I'm getting close to get a sweep. There you go. Morning. Good morning. Good night, Munchie. Guardians, Reds, under. We'll be getting into that Guardians-Reds game, sixth game on the slate. So we're kicking it on off here. The New York Mets are taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets are -120 favorites with a total of 8.5. We have Tyler McGill and Johan Oviedo, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 120. Immediately went up to a 130, and it's come all the way back down. It's now -119. The total opened up at a 9. It's now an 8.5. So it's a half-run line movement towards the under and a 1 cent line movement towards the Pirates in this game. Let's take a look. Let me get up public betting here. There we go. We have 31% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the under. The line's moving that way. I kind of think that might be the move. And then on the flip side, 75% of the tickets and 91% of the cash is on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the line's only moved a penny towards them, which is kind of interesting that with that much money, I would expect the line to move more. Let's take a look at the ballpark, pal, here in this one. Citi Field, neutral for this one. 0% runs, but plus 12% home runs, -4% doubles, triples, -5% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, we have Tyler McGill and Johan Oviedo. Oviedo, 3.5 ERA, 1 whip, 8.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 4 walks per 9, a 190 BABIP, but a 4.57 FIP and a 4.64 SIERA. On the flip side, McGill, a 9 ERA, a 1.90 whip, 5.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%. 0.9 walks per 9, a 410 BABIP, a 4.96 FIP, and a 5.03 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Buccos here, 3.77 FIP, 3.65 SIERA compared to 5.09 and 4.39. And the hitting advantage does go towards the Mets here, 99 WRC plus, which is 15th compared to 98, which is 17th here in this spot. So this is a spot where I'm kind of leaning towards this first 5 under. I don't know if I can trust these pitchers, though, is the problem. McGill, I know, is much better at home than he is on the road, if I remember right. 3.48 ERA at home with an 8.2 ERA on the road. So McGill gets hit on the road. He's very similar to Peterson, where he gets hit on the road, but he does pretty well at home. I don't know if I'm going to move on this game. It's a lean towards the under for me, though, in this one.
I did this one for what do you call it last night? Balling out, and I gave out the over. I don't trust Tyler McGill. I know the totals dropped from 9 to 8.5. I don't trust McGill. I don't care if it's at home, on the road. He has been horrible. His ERA is up in the 5s. You look at his last 5 starts, he's given up at least 4 earned runs in 4 out of the 5 of them. And the Mets have lost 7 out of his last 8 starts. He has not been good. And I think that the Mets can hit a little bit against Oviedo. Although he's been good, he did give up 6 earned runs in his last start. Previous to that, 3 starts of 2 earned runs. Granted, it was against Milwaukee, Detroit, and San Diego. But I'm not trusting McGill, and I'm not trusting Oviedo in this one. I like runs in this game. Because one thing we know, I mean, the Mets have struggled a little bit with runs, although they did score 4, but they have been scoring as of late. They just weren't scoring against Atlanta. Yeah, I would take the over in this game. I know it's dropped, but I don't care.
Yeah, and actually, who do you call him? McGill faced these Pirates on the 9th of June, and he gave up 7 earned runs in 3 2/3.
Granted, that's when the Pirates were playing well.
And that was before he was sent down to the minors. And granted, in his last 3 starts, he said he gave up 5, 5, and 4. Last time I checked, I'm just going to run these offenses by you real quick. The Braves are better than the Pirates.
Yes.
The Orioles are better than the Pirates. The Astros are better than the Pirates.
Yes.
Okay. Those are the 3 teams he's faced.
I don't care. I still think he gets hit.
You don't think this is a step down in competition?
It definitely is, but that doesn't mean he doesn't get hit.
I'm leaning towards this first 5 under. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it yet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Lost the Cubs. Had parlayed with the Dodgers. Yikes. Pirates money line for B-Hawk. Pitt, but wouldn't play. Messi rookie season in the MLS has been wonderful and profitable.
That Messi guy is actually pretty good.
Yeah. First 5 under for Dylan in that game. I'd say over, but better games pass. Yeah. Mets burned me yesterday. Lost an 8-leg hit parlay. Guess you didn't get Jeff McNeil. Damn.
Hey, I wouldn't be putting a single dollar on the Syracuse Mets right now. Not a chance.
Damn, Crystal, yeah. Yo. Did he have the Liberty?
My guess is he probably had the Liberty yesterday.
All right. We'll move on to this next matchup here with the Detroit Tigers and the Minnesota Twins. Minus 170 for the Twins with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one between Reese Olson and Kenta Maeda. Wow, this line's dropped. Line opened up at a 185. It's down to a 169, a 16-cent line movement towards those Minnesota Twins. Line opened up at an 8.5 at minus 110. It's now down to an 8.5 at minus 105. So a 5-cent line movement towards the under and a 16-cent line movement towards those Motor City Kitties. Let's see if the cash flow represents that as well. 63% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the under. The lines move that way. 42% of the tickets and 91% of the cash is on the Tigers. And the lines move that way. So definitely the lines are moving the correct way for that. My X's and O's disagree with that movement towards the Tigers, though. Reese Olson, 4.94 ERA, 1.32 whip, 7.57 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 2.63 walks per 9, a 2.84 BABIP, a 4.84 FIP, and a 4.49 Sierra. On the flip side, Kenta Maeda, 2.76 ERA, 0.95 whip, 11.3 strikeouts per 9, which is 32%, 2.48 walks per 9, a 2.39 BABIP, a 3.66 FIP, and a 3.33 Sierra. Kenta Maeda has been great. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Tigers, 4.06 FIP, 4.07 Sierra compared to 4.77 and 3.91. Hitting advantage does go towards the Twinnies here, 122 WRC plus, which is 4th, compared to 92, which is 20th. My numbers say that the Twins are the play. The market's telling me otherwise. That's probably going to lead to just a stay-off spot for me in this one. Probably another lean towards an under, another first 5 under here. Don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I think for the 1 o'clock games, I'm going to pull this trigger on the Mets first 5 under 4.5 at -102 though.
Good luck. I want nothing to do with this game. Once again, I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. My weaknesses, I can't get this AL Central Division right. They're a bunch of mediocre teams that beat up on each other. And I'm not interested in going after the Tigers. Not interested in going after the Twins. If you're betting anything in this one, maybe Kenta might get a strikeout prop, because I know that's been cashing like crazy. But I know I'm being boring. I don't care. I stay off all of AL Central games.
Fair. No, you're staying consistent to that, so that's understandable.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. I bet the White Sox and the Liberty in a parlay. Wow.
That's it. Yep. I saw the comment as soon as we moved on. I'm like, yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Joe must have had those White Sox and the Liberty. Yep. Yeah, no Met players lead my parlays. LOL, lesson learned.
Wait, you didn't have like Ruse?
Yeah. Minnesota in the under for Thomas Maggio. Stop Gio going, weather in the scary movie voice.
Hopefully
I was in the chat yesterday, but I had a really bad Sunday, terrible Monday, but bounced back last night. There you go. I like Finland money line versus Latvia in international friendlies.
Good luck.
Nice work, Joe. Never give up. Never surrender. Twins team total over. I can see them getting a Reese Olson. I can. Potentially. First 5 under parlay. I would lean that way. I like the first 5 under in the Mets game. I like the Astros and Rockies money line.
I don't like the Astros today. Rockies, yes.
The Astros have me a little bit hesitant, but Rockies game under. True. We'll move on here to the Colorado Rocky game, where the Diamondbacks are -130 favorites with a total of 12 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. If I can find it. There we go. Looks like a potential bullpen game for these Diamondbacks. Line opened up at -135. It's down to a -128. So the lines moved 7 cents towards the Rockies. Line opened up at a 12.5. It's down to a 12. So it's moved towards the under, and it's moved towards the Rockies here, suggesting Austin Gomber could pitch well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. And the cash is kind of telling us the same thing. 35% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the Rockies. Beautiful. Love to see that. 52% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the over. And the line's moved down. The line's gone from a 12.5 down to a 12. And the line and all this money is coming in on the over. That's interesting right there. That tells me potentially the under is the play. Granted, Coors Field, number 1 offensive conditions in baseball today, plus 37% runs, plus 25% home runs, plus 36% doubles, triples, and plus 12% singles. We have, looks like a bullpen game for the Diamondbacks. And on the flip side, the Colorado Rockies are going with Gomber, who's been pretty good. 2.57 ERA, 1.31 whip, 5.14 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 1.54 walks per 9, a 330 BABIP, but a 346 FIP and a 501 SIERA. The bullpen advantage here goes actually, it looks like towards the, trying to do math in my head real quick, the Diamondbacks slightly. 5.10 FIP, 4.28 SIERA compared to 4.93 and 4.59. Hitting advantage does go towards the D-backs here. 83 WRC plus, which is 22nd compared to 66, which is dead last. So the question is, will the Rockies give Gomber enough runs to have a chance at winning this game? And with all the money coming in on the over here in this game, the line dropping, tells me that this under 6.5 first 5 is definitely worth the look. Honestly, I don't want to trust the Rockies to score run or the score runs for this, because I can easily see this being 1-1 at the end of 5 innings or 2-2 at the end of 5 innings. First 5 is under 6.5. I'm looking at that, And I'm kind of looking at, if we think Austin Gomber can pitch well, you can get the Diamondbacks' first 5 team total under 3.5. It's a minus 145. But Gomber, I believe his pitching. Yeah, Gomber, here's his starts. 2 earned runs, 0 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 0 earned runs, 4 earned runs, but 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. I think I want to move in on that team total under for the Diamondbacks as well. I think that's my way of backing Gomber here today. Arizona team total under 3.5, first 5 at minus 145, and first 5 under 6.5 at minus 119. That's how I'm going to move in on these Rockies here today.
Happy Austin Gomber Day. Yes, it's a new holiday, Nick. And we get 2 holidays today with that and Dean Kramer Day. But Austin Gomber is the 4th most profitable pitcher in baseball. I mean, it's 13-11, but he's up 8.03 units. If you've been betting Austin Gomber like we have the past little while, he has been quite solid. Not to mention, you look at, obviously you look at his things, they've lost 3 out of his last 5 starts. Granted, most of those, they were big dogs. But they've won 6 out of his last 9 starts. So they've actually been winning his starts, and that's why he's been profitable. And I don't trust Arizona right now. Arizona's been really, really bad. Although both teams are 3-7 their last 10. I'm just going to be backing my boy Austin Gomber, who's been just making me money lately. So Austin Gomber Day, Nick. One of the most profitable pitchers in baseball. I'm riding with the Colorado Rockies today.
There you go. Yeah, I like the Rockies for this game. I just feel like there was more value the route I went personally with these unders. I think Gomber can pitch well here, and he has been pitching well. So I like it. Let's take a look here. Don't be afraid to cash out early. No cashing out. No quitters. Gomber 7-0 the under his last starts. Wow. Pass 1-800-GAMBLER. Gambler, stop it. Get some help. Rockies money line. That's a nice look with the first 5 under 6.5 and nice Colorado. Yeah, I really like that under 6.5. I probably like that a little bit too much, but yeah. But we'll move on here. We have the Tampa Bay Rays and the San Francisco Giants. The Giants are minus 120, minus 115 favorites, total 8.5 in this game. It is going to be a bullpen game for the Giants. It's Ryan Walker starting it off against Aaron Savali. And the Giants opened up at a even money pick'em, and now it's a minus 116. So a 16-cent line movement here towards the Giants. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's now down to an 8.5 at even money. It looks like there's a lot of totals that are going down, which tells me this could be a low-scoring day today. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, see if it represents a line move towards the under and a line move towards the Giants. 39% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Giants. Tells me that the Giants are probably the side in this game. 77% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on, or 61% of the cash is on the under. So bets are coming in on this under. Seems a little public, but that being said, I'm okay with it. We have Aaron Savali and Ryan Walker. Savali 2.67 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. 5.35 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 1.87 walks per 9, a 297 BABIP, a 309 FIP, and a 5.09 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Giants here. 3.4 FIP, 3.79 SIERA compared to 4.26 FIP and a 3.55 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Rays here. 115 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 72, which is 29th. The Giants are not hitting right now. And here's the weird thing with this series is in this series alone, the Rays have already seen Ryan Walker. They saw him in the first game of the series where the Rays won 10-2. He went 2 innings, gave up no earned runs on 2 hits, walked a batter, and struck out 4 through 39 pitches. So this is the second time in this series they're going to be seeing Ryan Walker start. Does that mean they can get to him a little bit? I don't know, because Ryan Walker has been pretty strong this year. He's pretty reliable. Here's what he's done. Granted, he's gone 2 innings, 1 inning, 1 inning, 0.2,
Yeah,
0.1,
he's a bullpen
2.1,
pitcher.
2.2, 2.2, but 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, or 2, 0. He's giving up nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's been a stud. And with the way the Giants are hitting, I feel like I'm betting way too many of these today. I like another first 5 under in this spot at 4.5 at -115. I see another low scoring game here. I have probably way too many unders, but don't we usually see a lot of unders on Wednesdays on these getaway days? We see a lot of unders. So I'm on.
You also got to keep in mind we'll discuss it, but with the Rays, they're going to be missing a couple of players that they're essentially becoming the Durham Bulls.
Yeah, that the Rays are situations getting very dicey, and I'm not a fan of it. But yeah, first 5 under 4.5 at -115 for me.
Yeah, I don't know if they have released the lineup yet. Let me go check because I know obviously they're without Wander Franco, and they've got a bunch of players up from Durham. And I just don't know if I necessarily see something. I think they start going downhill a little bit. Obviously, we've seen it lately. Ever since their very, very hot start. No, there's no starting lineup yet. Ever since their really hot start, they've been about a 500 team, and they've been just coasting from there. I just don't see the Rays doing much. And I know there was a little bit of a conversation in our Twitter group chat today of AL playoffs and stuff. I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Rays finish in the 6th spot, to be honest, because with all their injuries going down, and it's not because the Rays are a bad team, it's because of their injuries. No McClanahan, Wander Franco's probably out long term, and you just got they just put like Margot on the IL, and they've got 3 starting pitchers on the IL. This is a Rays team that's just falling apart, and I have a feeling it's going to be exactly the same deal as they were last year, where they had a really good team, they had a really good regular season, and they probably lose in two games or something in the wild card round, scoring 4 runs, or they scored 1 run in the wild card series last year against Cleveland. And they could very well, no, not going to play Cleveland. They have to play Minnesota. But this Rays team is just struggling right now. I would look towards the Giants. I like the under in this game as well. I like the bullpen game from the Giants, and I like Savali. He's been really solid this year, 2.61 ERA. He's been one of the guys that's kind of gone under-noticed on that Cleveland side because they had Bieber, because they had a couple of guys that were doing well. So Savali kind of went under the radar. I like Savali. I think this one's an under.
Yeah, I'm on that under. I like it. Head back to the chat here. Back in private Gomber piles today. It's a Nats first side team total over 2.5 at +125. I think we're going over that game in a couple. I would have to take a look at that one a little bit more. Giants are pass. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one there, especially the way the line moved. Tampa Bay money line for a good night Munchie. Pass from Arkell. First 5 under parlay. Okay, I'm starting to get more and more on board with this because I think I've said the first 5 under in the first 4 games. Honestly, I did not bet the Detroit Minnesota first 5 under, but I bet every other one so far. Maybe we might get another first 5 under here, Tim. Houston Astros and the Miami Marlins. Verlander's pitching today. Verlander and Luzardo. Ooh, and talk about fishy lines. I'm not going to bet the Marlins anymore because all the value is gone. But this line opened up at a 140, immediately went to 127 within 3 minutes of the line opening, and since then has continued to go down another 21 cents towards the Marlins. Nothing but movement towards the Marlins here. No buyback, no nothing. It's just a straight line. Actually, it bounced between like +110, +115, then up to 18, down to 16, but it's been almost a straight line down. And this line's actually moved more towards the over. Opened up at a 7.5 minus 120. It's a 7.5 and minus 125. So a 5-cent line movement towards the over and a massive line movement towards the Miami Marlins in this one here. We have 62% of the tickets and 65% of the cash is on the Astros. The lines moved heavily towards the Marlins. 10% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over, on the under, and the lines moved towards the over in this game as well. So kind of interesting there. Ballpark pal for Miami is the normal minus 6%. Let's take a look at. Oh, and for last game in San Fran, what was it for San Fran? Oracle Park. Oracle Park hitting conditions have not been as bad lately. The last couple days, they're all been 0%, which is not crazy, but considering Oracle Park is usually on the bottom of the list, and they were even 0%, that's kind of interesting there. Forgot to mention that last game. Luzardo and Verlander. Verlander 2.41 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 8.44 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 3.38 walks per 92, 27 BABIP, a 3.56 FIP, and a 4.59 SIERA. On the flip side, Luzardo has kind of struggled the last 30 days. 6.66 ERA, 1.73 WHIP, 10.36 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%. 4.07 walks per 93, 68 BABIP, a 5.52 FIP, and a 4.30 SIERA. The bullpen advantage does go towards Miami here in this one. 3.75 FIP, 3.74 SIERA compared to 5.57 FIP and a 4.62 SIERA. The question is, would you want the bullpen advantage if that means you have to face this Astros lineup for the full 9 innings, 137 WRC plus, which is third in baseball against lefties. The Astros hit lefties. And on the flip side, Luzardo, 87 WRC, or Luzardo, Miami, 87 WRC plus, which is 26 against righties. This line is ultra, ultra fishy to me, which I think is going to keep me off this game. If I had to play anything in this game, I think the only way you can back the Astros in this game is with the team total over at 3.5 with the Astros. And probably my guess is hope they don't score in the first inning, and you can get that from minus 145. You can get that around minus 120 if the Astros don't score in the first inning at 3.5. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. Is I'm leaning over in this game, but I don't know if I'm going to be betting it.
I'm on the under. I'm on the under in this game. I gave that out last night during Ballin' Out, and I kind of lean Marlins. And this kind of seems like the fishy line. You get Verlander and the Astros at minus 115. Just seems like a very short line in this one, and yes. That's what I'm going to go after. I think that pitching matchup. Verlander. Pretty much everybody who leaves the Mets ends up doing very well, and that's what he's done so far. He's been okay, nothing crazy, but I think he pitches well enough. And Jesus Luzardo's coming off of 7 runs against the Yankees. I think there's a good bounce back game for him. The fact that the line, I like the line movement in this one. It's kind of moving towards the Marlins because the line I think last night was minus 125 for the Astros, so it's moved down a little bit. I like the under and I like the Marlins in this game. I think this is like a 3-1 Marlins win.
I can see that. That game I just want absolutely nothing to do with. I feel like I want to move on one more of the earlier games here. I said that I like the first 5 under for the first 4 games. That Tigers Twins game just went from an 8.5 down to an 8. I think the under is the play in that game. More and more I look at it. We'll head back to the chat though on that one.
Oh, okay.
First 5 under parlay, yeah. Marlins are fishy. They are very fishy. No, the Astros are very fishy today. That line. 2-leg parlay plus 209. Twins no bat in the 9th. Reds no bat in the 9th. Yeah. Brodick, I love that first 5 solo under. Haven't hit the number. Haven't hit the number in 23 games. Last time since the Arizona went over 3.5. Yeah, Arizona's not hitting now. Oh, it was the 1913 Braves game was the last time they scored at least 3.5 in the first 5 innings. I'm laying a little bit of juice for it, but I think it's fine. Kind of thinking Marlins money line. D-backs, Rockies first 5 under 3.5. Team total under 3.5 for the Diamondbacks. I got the first 5 under at 6.5. Yes, I hope nobody scores in the first. I don't care what happens after. Yeah, I think a great way to approach this game is hope there's a nerfy and grab a 6.5. Because I think that's where that line would be if we don't get a run in the first inning. There, maybe a nerfy shot. Maybe. We'll keep on moving on though. Cleveland Guardians and the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are $1.70 favorites in this game with a total of 9.5. That line does seem a little wide to me. Right off the rip. Let's get into it though. Noah Syndergaard and Andrew Abbott. Never mind. Line opened up at a 160. It's up to a 165. This did get all the way up to a minus 185 at one point with the Reds. Line opened up a 10 at minus 105. It's down to a 9.5. So a half run line movement towards the under again. A lot of these lines are moving towards the under today, telling me this is going to be a very low scoring day. Maybe if you have it available, grand salami under today. I think that's not a bad look. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here between the Reds and the Guardians. 50% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on this over, and the lines move towards the under. 68% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is on the Reds, and the lines move that direction. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Andrew Abbott and Noah Syndergaard. Syndergaard 3.71 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 4.24 strikeouts per 9, which is 11%, 2.12 walks per 90, 245 BABIP, a 6.62 FIP, and a 6 SIERA. On the flip side, Andrew Abbott 3.63 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 9.09 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 3.38 walks per 9, a 281 BABIP, a 387 FIP, and a 4.32 SIERA. I want to take a look. How much has Syndergaard thrown with the Guardians so far?
Like 2 starts.
Did he start against Houston? Yeah, he's pitched 3 starts. 1 earned run against Houston, 5 earned runs against Chicago, but then bounced back with the 1 earned run against the Blue Jays. I think Syndergaard has the opportunity to pitch well in this game. Looking at the bullpen advantage, it goes towards Cleveland, 3.86 FIP, 3.90 SIERA compared to 5.11 FIP and a 4.18 SIERA. Massive hitting advantage towards the Reds here. 100 WRC plus, which is 14th compared to 59, which is 30th. I think that Andrew Abbott shuts down this Guardians team because they just don't hit lefties right now. And that's a 1.5 for the first 5 team total under. This is another one where I'm looking at an under. I see this as that Abbott gets shut down. Abbott shuts down the Guardians. The question is, how does Noah Syndergaard do? And I think Noah Syndergaard can pitch fine. The question then becomes, do I go with the first 5 under 5 here at minus 111? Or if I think that Abbott shuts down the Guardians in general, do I just lay the half a run at minus 120 with the Reds in the first 5 innings? I only want the Reds early. I don't want that bullpen. The Guardians had the better bullpen between them and the Reds. What's your thoughts here, Tim? Would you rather go with the first 5 minus a half, or would you look at more like the first 5 under if you're looking at this game? I know you don't bet first halves, but
I like the Reds. And once again, I know these stats probably drive you nuts. Andrew Abbott, number 2 in baseball in terms of profit. The Reds are 10-3 when he starts. You're up 8.19 units. The only person he's behind is Dean Kramer. So we get 3 of the top 5 most profitable pitchers in baseball pitching today. Yes, I use that a lot because most of the time it shows me when they pitch, the team wins. So, yeah, I'm jumping on the Reds. I'm going to grab them on the run line. I do not trust Noah Syndergaard. He could still be Thor, but he's now endgame Thor. So I'm going to keep using that. But I like the Reds today. Run line is plus 122.
Trying to think how I want to approach this game. Abbott Abbott's not been as good of late, actually. He gave up 2 earned runs against the Pirates, but previous to that, he gave up 6 earned runs against the Reds. All right, my bad, against the Nationals, and he gave up 4 earned runs against the Cubs. The Cubs, I'm fine with. The Nationals start, whatever. That may just be a flash in the pan. Go over the chat. Yeah, go. Yeah, come back to me before we head over to the next game. But head over to the chat. I want to look at a couple.
What was the last comment that you pulled up?
It'd be that one there.
I'm going Guardians of the Galaxy Monday line. No, thank you. Minus 170 for the Reds is a no-no, but getting them to win by at least 2 at plus 120 is a good go. Just went to place that bet. Arizona team total under 5, a 3.5 first 5.
I like it.
Wow, that's a low total. Wow. Reds, yes. Reds.
No. Team total. That's team total.
Yes, no, I got you. Team total under
first 5.
Yeah, I know. That's a crazy total.
Yeah, it's Wrigley. All right, Wrigley. It's Coors Field. All right. I moved on the first 5 under 5 at minus 111. I don't trust the Reds as this big of a favorite. I think that's the way I'm going with this. I don't trust the Reds as minus 170 chalk. Minus 177 Reds is a no-no. So yeah. First 5 under 5 at minus 111 for me, because I know one thing, and that is the Guardians are not hitting lefties.
Yeah.
We'll move on here to the best team in baseball, the Oakland Athletics. They're at the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are minus 175 favorites with a total of 9.5. It is Paul Blackburn Day. We have a lot of days today, Tim. Paul Blackburn Day has kind of been quiet, though, lately. Line opened up at a 185. It's down to a 177. Line opened up once again at 9.5, and it's down to a 9. This line has gone down to a 9. I typed this up at a 9.5, but it's since gone down half a run. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents a move towards Oakland and a move towards the under. 86% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the over. And they've dropped this game a half a run. Tells me the under is another play here, and I feel like I'm just playing every under on the board at this moment. And then for the side, 17% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Oakland Athletics. That's going to be enough to keep me off of Oakland here, I think. Looking at Ballpark Pal, Busch Stadium, minus 5% runs, minus 9% home runs, minus 4% doubles, triples, minus 0% singles. So not good hitters conditions here. Matthew Liberatore and Paul Blackburn. 4.08 FIP, ERA 1.57 WHIP, 7.85 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. A 3.77 walks per 9, 352 BABIP, but a 3.868 FIP and a 4.75 SIERA. On the flip side, Matthew Liberatore, 3.29 ERA, a 0.73 WHIP, 5.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%. 1.32 walks per 9, a 158 BABIP, a 4.43 FIP, and a 4.72 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Cardinals here, 4.64 FIP, 3.74 SIERA. On the flip side, the Oakland A's 4.85 FIP and a 4.78 SIERA. 117 WRC plus for the Cardinals against righties, which is 7th compared to 81, which is 23rd for the Athletics against lefties. The A's are not hitting lefties as well. All the money's coming in on this over here. 83% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the over. And in order to and the response to that is the books opening up their arms nice and wide and say, keep betting the over, guys, and we'll give you a 9 for it. I think the under is the play in this game. In this one, I know I just keep saying under every game, but my numbers are correlating to unders today, and you can get this one at a 5 as well. First 5 under 5, minus 105 for me here. Oakland, St. Louis, first 5 under. Ride the wave.
I'm on the Oakland Athletics today. I don't trust Matthew Liberatore at the moment. Yes, he's coming off of 8 shutout innings in Tampa Bay. Fantastic. Great job. Previous to that, 5 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs. A good start. It's only 2 innings against Chicago. 5 earned runs against the Mets. You look at it, I don't trust Liebertor right now. I think he's going to be good. I think the Cardinals have something special with him. He just needs a little bit more experience. I think next year he could be a solid pitcher. And if there's one pitcher I trust on this Oakland Athletics team, it's Paul Blackburn. And I'm going with the Oakland Athletics today. I got them plus 150. They're actually part of my balling out pick 5. So I like the Oakland Athletics today in that one. Riding with them.
Yeah, I think the one thing that tripped me off of the Oakland A's here is the fact that there's 99% of the cash on them.
That's fine.
I hate those spots. Like those. Is
there a lot of tickets?
No. It was 16% of the tickets and 99% of the cash. I know. 99% of the cash is a red flag for me, though. That's just something where I don't care if I love the play 100%. If there's 99% of the cash, that's enough to keep me off of the game. That's the market keeping me off of the game. And the line has moved towards the Athletics. I get it. It's just I don't mess with 99% spots personally.
That's fair.
I do like that under though, and it tells me that Paul Blackburn pitches ball today.
Okay, that works. Back to the chat.
Yeah. I like the A's today. Dylan, seriously, we have to look at an under round robin then. Yeah, I feel like I want to add the under in this Detroit game as well when I'm at it. I am going to. When we're at it, Detroit and Minnesota first 5 under. That line's dropped to an 8.
Did you grab the Miami under too?
I actually think that game can go over. Honestly.
Screw you. It's a 1 under I took today.
Well,
that in the San Fran game.
Yeah. I'm on the under in that San Fran game too. Yeah, we have to look at this an under round robin. Yeah, why not? And then just put small half unit $10 parlay Nerfy with Miami and Philadelphia. I could see it. I could definitely see it. I'm just quickly tracking my Detroit under as well. It's a 4.5 at minus 116. Detroit, Minnesota. Yeah, there we go. All right. Miami under bet Nerfy. Yep. Here we go. Next matchup. Boston Red Sox and the Washington Nationals. Red Sox are minus 150 favorites. Total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. We have James Paxton and Mackenzie Gore. And let's see if it's the same. It's the same story for this one, Tim. This line opened up at a 9 minus 120. It's down to a 9 minus 102. The markets are just screaming unders today. Line opened up at a 160. It's down to a 150. So a 10-cent line movement towards Washington and 18-cent line movement towards the under. See if the cash flow represents that here. And perfect cash flow here if you want to back the under. 35% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. 40% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Nationals in this one here. So it looks like big bets coming in on Washington as well. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal here for Nationals Park. Only plus 6%. There's only 2 ballparks today that have higher than 10% runs expected. Everything else is single digits or negative. The Nationals Park, 6% runs, plus 2% home runs, plus 6% doubles, triples, plus 4% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Mackenzie Gore and James Paxton. Paxton, 4.81 ERA, 1.54 whip, 9.62 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 2.96 walks per nine, a 3.57 BABIP, but a 4.37 FIP and a 4.06 ERA. On the flip side, Mackenzie Gore, 5.27 ERA, 1.32 whip, 8.56 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 3.62 walks per nine, a 2.61 BABIP, a 5.9 FIP, and a 4.56 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Red Sox here. 3.87 FIP, 3.87 SIERA compared to 4.33 and 3.89 or 98. The hitting advantage does go towards Washington in this one here. 109 WRC plus, which is 12th against lefties. The Red Sox have slowed down offensively. 90 WRC plus, which is 18th against lefties. This is another spot where the line has reflected a line move towards the under. the cash flow is kind of exactly where I want it to be to back and under here. And I think I'm going to yet another one here for 500, 4.5, minus 105 for me. And I kind of lean towards Washington in this game as well, but I'm just going to stick with this under. I think Mackenzie Gore pitches well here.
I like Mackenzie Gore. He is the one that has better home than road. There was one guy that had better road than home on the
Josiah Gray.
Josiah Gray, thank you. I get those two mixed up. It's all right. I kind of like the Nationals in this game. A little bit of a home doggy. I'm not really high on Paxton, although this Red Sox team is still in the hunt somehow. I feel like the Red Sox are one of the most confusing teams because they'll go on a hot streak and then they'll lose 4 in a row, and then they'll win 5 in a row, and then they'll lose 6 in a row, and it's just like, okay, what are we getting from this Red Sox team? Currently, they are how far out for the wild card? Let's look. 3 games back for the wild card. They're right there. And I just don't know what we're getting from them. I like the Nationals in this game. I think it's a little bit of a home doggy. And I know it seems gross when I look at my card and see Colorado, Cincinnati. Oh, not really Cincinnati. And then Washington.
Is a favorite.
Cincinnati's a favorite, yeah, but still. I like the Natties in this one. I feel like it's a good spot.
I would lean that direction if I had to bet a side in this game, but I like what I'm on.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, you got unders galore, and I'm tailing a few. Yeah, I'm not trying to force unders here. I'm not trying to. Screaming unders again. It is. I was thinking over, but won't play. Personal feelings should be left out. I don't have any personal feelings out of any of this.
These are all numbers.
Yeah. Just curious, what site do you use to break down where the money and the bets are coming in? Action. I have Action Network. Boston, Texas, Atlanta was my parlay yesterday. Boston won. Texas won. Atlanta won.
Nice. You won your parlay.
I'm trying to wonder why he has a what do you call it? Yeah. Covers probably has cash flow. I would not trust covers. I don't trust covers. Natties.
Yes, Natties.
Lock this sucker in before the Lions move and balloon up closer to the weekend. Natalia Silva and Andre Petrosky. There you go. Might take Boston again. Name the two. Name the two what? Gotta be a little bit more specific than that. We'll move on here. Toronto Blue Jays and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Blue Jays are minus 140 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot between Toronto. This is a good one. It's a good pitching matchup, and this spells another one, Tim. This line opened up at a 150 for the Jays. It's down to a 142 and 8-cent line movement towards Philadelphia. And this line opened up at an 8 even money. It's down to a 7.5 at minus 115. We get a great pitching matchup, though. Aaron Nola and Kevin Gausman. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents that. It does. 54% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the under in this game. So the lines move that direction. And then we have 49% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal here for Rogers Center, where we have plus 6% runs, plus 15% home runs, plus 4% doubles, triples, minus 3% singles. The pitching matchup here, I really like it for Aaron Nola and Gausman. Nola has been lately. 4.91 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 10.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 1.53 walks per nine, a 3.25 BABIP, a 3.74 FIP, and a 3.53 Sierra. So expecting positive regression from him. On the flip side, Gausman, 3.09 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 11.57 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%, 1.93 walks per nine, a 3.21 BABIP, and a 4.12 FIP and a 2.98 CR, suggesting positive regression from him as well. The Toronto bullpen's been good. 3.89 FIP, 4.24 CR compared to 4.15 and 4.23. Both these teams are both at 92 WRC plus versus righties, which is tied for 21st. Aaron Nola, I think, is somebody who has significantly better home numbers than road numbers, if I remember right. Aaron Nola at home is 5-3 with a 3.86 ERA. On the road, 4-6 with a 5.27 ERA. So he does pitch much better at home. He's coming in off of a start where he finally bounced back because he was not looking good recently. He gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits and struck out 6 in 5 innings against the Nationals his last start. Previous to that, he gave up 5 earned runs against the Royals, 5 earned runs against the Pirates, 3 earned runs against the Guardians. He wasn't looking good previous to that. He also had a couple starts where he gave up 4 to the Marlins and 4 to the Cubbies before the Cubbies started hitting, which was concerning. I like Aaron Nola at home. I would lean that direct. Or wait, no, he's on the road. Never mind, he's on the road. I totally forgot this was in Toronto. No, I'm good. This is a pass for me. I thought for whatever reason Nola was at home here, and he's not. So I would lean under, but no play here.
Yeah, I like Nola. I know it's on the road. I know it is. But this is a Blue Jays team that's just not hitting right now. They've gone under in 7 out of 10. We just saw that game yesterday where they essentially won the game because of a hit by pitch with the bases loaded.
Hey, it cashed the ticket.
Yeah. I just think this line's a little bit too wide. But granted, when I gave the Phillies out on Ballin' Out last night, the line was a minus 160 for the Blue Jays.
No.
Now it's minus 140. I still like the Phillies. I still think the Phillies win this game. Honestly, I could see this being a flip of yesterday's game where it's like 2-1 Phillies. Because Gosman's been really good at home too.
Early.
What's up?
I think if you like the Phillies, you take them early.
No.
Oh, and by the way, the total is a 3.5 for the first 5. That's a little too low for me. If you like the Phillies, I think this is the best play you can have in this game. I don't think I'm betting it. I think this is the best way to approach the Phillies. Do we think this is gonna be a low scoring game?
Yeah.
Low variance?
Toronto team total under.
No. You can get the Philadelphia Phillies plus a half a run in the first 5 innings at only minus 115.
And with that first 5. So.
0-0, 1-1 at the end of the first 5 innings, you're cashing that. If we expect Nola to go out here and shove, I think that plus a half in the first 5 is a decent look. 3.5 is a little low for me. I bet him before these 5.5s or these 3.5s, but I'm good on this one. If this was in Philadelphia, I'd probably have a little bit more interest in that.
I got you. I'm on Philly.
Yeah. Try to remember where it was. There we go. I agree. Under Nats and Boston, under Mets and Pitt. Yes. Jays money line?
No.
Chalky.
Yeah. Run line it if you're gonna have to bet it.
I got Toronto and the Nerfy. I like the under 2. I lean that way. I think just the 3.5 is enough to keep me off because I believe this was a 4, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at it opened up at a 4. I don't want it at a 3.5 when it could have gotten a 4. That's a big difference. Pass. I got my money yesterday betting the Jays. LOL, following the gamblers first glance. Shout out to Razor Sharp Picks on that one. That was, I think that was like the last straw that would that was like the last straw of me betting the Jays yesterday. I was liking them and I saw that. Missed your comment earlier. Nats first 5 team total over 2.5 or full game team total over 3.5. I like the first 5 under. So do with that as you please. There you go. Toronto is a premium play. Don't bet the Phillies.
Who's premium play?
I'm guessing his.
Oh, my bad.
Personal feelings on the 99% cash theory. Yes. No. No, it's not. I haven't tracked it 100%, but the times I do see 99% theories or 99% cash, those plays normally lose. I should track them, but normally they lose. And they lose in like the weirdest ways. That is what I'm thinking, Thomas. Yeah. Yes. Good night and under. Yeah. Jay's good at unders at home. Yeah, that 3.5 though. I just don't know if I can pull the trigger on a 3.5 right now.
Just take the full game under if you think the bullpens are good.
I think the bullpens are fine. It's a 7.5 full game.
Then why does it say 8?
Because the line dropped after I typed in the
Can I get
games?
Yeah, no, I can't get any 8s. I can only get 7.5s.
Yeah, it was a 8 at when I typed up the games, and then it moved at 11 o'clock to 7.5.
Gotcha.
It finally moved to 11.5 at 7 o'clock or at 11 o'clock there. So it's been a 7.5 for about 45 minutes. We'll move on to the next game here, though. We have the LA Angels and the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are minus 185 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. We have Reed Detmers and John Gray, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 170. It's up to a 172. It did originally go down to a 160 right off the rip. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 115. It's down to a 9 at minus 110. So a small line movement towards the under and a small line movement towards the Rangers. Nothing significant, though. We have 35% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on the under, suggesting John Gray can pitch well in this game. And 13% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is once again on the Angels, and the lines move towards the Rangers. This is probably another Rangers look, potentially, in this game. Let's look at Ballpark Pal, where Globe Life Field is the worst hitting conditions on the slate today. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, I don't trust Reed Detmers. 9 ERA, 1.91 whip, 9.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 4.91 walks per 9, a 3.87 BABIP, a 6.40 FIP, and a 4.75 Sierra. On the flip side, John Gray, 4.88 ERA, 1.37 whip, 8.78 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 2.93 walks per 9, a 3.42 BABIP, but a 3.23 FIP and a 4.16 Sierra. For the bullpens, the advantage goes towards the Rangers here. 4.86 FIP, 3.71 Sierra compared to 5.16 and 4.28. Hitting advantage goes towards the Rangers here as well. 121 WRC plus, which is 9th compared to 91, which is 23. I'm kind of interested in the Rangers in this spot in this game. The line dropping is kind of interesting. Here's something that's kind of caught my attention here. The Rangers are a minus 172 full game, but they're only minus 145 for the first 5.
They're plus 125 on the run line.
Yeah, they are plus 123 full game run line. But the fact that the line is 27 cents different between the first 5 and the full game, that's kind of significant, I think. It's telling me that the Angels might be live early in this game, but the Rangers are going to take over late. It would be a lean towards the Rangers full game for me, I think, but I think this is just a good stay off spot. I would like the Angels to win this game, but it's just a lean for me at the moment towards the Rangers.
I'm on the Rangers. I'm not. They're the hottest team or second hottest team since the deadline.
Yeah.
I think the only team that's hotter right now is the team from LA, and it's not the Angels. I don't trust Reed Detmers. I know it's my boy Reed Detmers. He has not been good. He's allowed 7 earned runs in his last 2 starts, each of them having 7 earned runs. They have lost 4 straight of his starts, 5 out of the last 6, and 7 out of the last 10 of his starts in general. And this is a Texas team that just continues to win. They're only 2 games back of Baltimore for the best record in the American League. And you look at John Gray. They have the Texas Rangers have won 4 out of his last 5 starts. The only one that they didn't win was that crazy 10-9 game against Houston that went back and forth. I'm taking the Texas Rangers, and I'm not taking them blindly, but I'm kind of taking them blindly at this point. They're just winning games, and we're gonna go and we're gonna grab them and we're gonna run. Rangers run line in this one. Just not fading them at this point. No point.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Every day I'm watching but my 3-unit bet slipped further and further and further with the
Houston's 3.5 games back, and they still get. Don't they still get a series against each other?
I think the Astros sweep them.
They would have to at this point. Here, because you mentioned it, I'm pulling up their schedule now. Of when they get to play Texas again. So it's currently here. Not this month. They get 3 in Texas. And that's it. 3 in Texas to end the year. But you got to look. I'm looking at the Houston Astros schedule right now, Nick. Seattle, tough series, but at least it's at home. Boston, we'll see. At Detroit, easy. At Boston, we'll see. Yankees, at home, should be a nice series for them. Texas, they should be able to take care of business. San Diego and Oakland, both at home, should be able to take care of business. Kansas City, at Kansas City, should be able to take care of business. Or Baltimore. You saw they looked against Baltimore earlier in the year. Kansas City at home. Okay. At Seattle. Tough series, but winnable. And then at Arizona, which they're probably done by then. I think it's a very favorable schedule for the Houston Astros.
Correct. So I believe the remaining strength of schedule for the Astros is definitely better.
So don't be worried about that right now.
The Astros have the 27th easiest remaining strength of schedule in baseball. The Rangers have the toughest in the division remaining. They have 3 against the Astros, 4 against the Jays, 3 against the Brewers, 7 against the Mariners, 3 against the Red Sox, 7 against the Twins. And their easy games are the Angels, 4 with the Angels, 3 with the Guardians, 3 with the Mets, and only 3 with Oakland. They don't have Kansas City anymore on their thing. They don't have Detroit. They don't have the White Sox.
Well, Houston has to go in and win those games, but
they have
your Houston bet's not dead just because we're red in Texas today.
Yeah, no. Houston has 12 games against Oakland, Kansas City, and Detroit.
Very favorable game.
I have a feeling I'm going to be betting Oakland and Detroit and Kansas City a fair amount of those later in the season with the minus 300 fade. Yeah. I have a feeling that. But
anyways, back to the chat. We got 3 games.
Yeah, it's an interesting look ahead, though, because if you like the Astros to win the division, I believe you can get a decent price on it still. Division futures, because they're starting to chalk up, what do you call it? Division to the Rangers. Plus 150 for the Astros if you like them.
Still wide open.
Wide open. You can get the Cubbies for plus 175. You can get the Rays for 225. Yeah, Orioles are minus 300 for that division. That sucks. But we'll go back to the chat here. Phillies 0-5 on the road against Toronto. So Toronto could be an interesting look. They're just chalky. Rangers over 4.5 runs. Had it yesterday. Run it back. There you go. Back on the Rangers. I go back to the well with the Rangers today. Cash minus 300 for run line yesterday. Jeez, nice. See people taking the Angels, but hard to bet against Texas. It is. Hit that like button, people. All right, hit that like button for the boys. Thank you, Dylan. We'll head to the next matchup here where we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Kansas City Royals in this game here. The Mariners $1.95 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at this spot here between Castillo and MacArthur.
MacArthur is a bullpen game. He has pitched 5 times in the major leagues.
Thank you. Line opened up at a 200 for Seattle. It's down to a 192. So a line movement towards the Royals in this game. Line opened up at a 9. It's up at minus 110. It's up to a 9 at minus 116 now. So a line move towards the over and a line move towards the Royals here in this one. Suggesting Castillo might get hit a little bit here. That's interesting. I have no cash flow on this total. I do have 35% of the tickets and 65% of the cash is on these KC Royals. For the pitching matchup here on a ballpark pal. For KC, Kauffman Stadium, the 3rd best hitting conditions on the slate. plus 8% runs, but minus 13% home runs, plus 7% doubles, triples, plus 13% singles. The unlisted pitcher for the Royals is James MacArthur, who has pitched 1 inning, 1 inning, 1 inning, 2 innings, 1 inning.
Yep.
And since his blow-up appearance where he gave up 7 earned runs and 6 hits in an inning against Cleveland, he's gone 1 earned run in 2 innings against Philly, 1 earned run in an inning against St. Louis, and then back-to-back scoreless innings against St. Louis and Seattle. The question is, who's going to be the primary? I believe it might be Alec Marsh, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look here. See if we can figure out who's coming in after MacArthur here for these Kansas City Royals. In this spot, let's take a look here. This is a later game. Yeah. For the Royals, it's going to be Alec Marsh, who is 0-6 with a 6.27 ERA. Outstanding. He's given up runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. 2 earned runs in 5 innings against Boston. That's not bad. 3 earned runs at Philly in 4 innings. 4 earned runs in 2 2/3 against the Guardians. 5 earned runs in 5 1/3 against the Yankees. He's like that primary reliever guy. I don't know if I trust him though. This is a tricky spot here. If I had to go with anything, I'd probably lean towards taking a small shot with the dog early in this game. Because I definitely don't want a full game. Bullpen advantage going towards the Mariners, 3.51 FIP, 3.44 Sierra compared to 5.50 FIP and a 4.90 Sierra. And actually, the Royals are hitting as of late. 122 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 116, which is 8th. Maybe the approach to this game, if you don't know what to expect from this KC Royals pitching, is just grab the team total over for the Royals. 3.5 minus 111. I don't hate that in this spot. I might move on that. What's your thoughts here? I think potentially Castillo gets hit today.
I think Castillo has a good game. I know you're not super high on him. His numbers are not fantastic. It's against the Royals, which is a scrappy team. We've seen them play scrappy. I like Seattle in this game, but I'm not laying minus 195 or whatever, and their run line, I believe, is not super pretty. Minus 130 for their run line. That's why I kind of stayed off of this game. 117 I can get. I'm rooting for Seattle. I want them. I want to see them in the playoffs again. But this one's going to be a stay away just because they kind of priced me out of it. No, I'm not interested in Kansas City. I backed them the first game. I made my money off of it. I stayed off of them. I liked Seattle yesterday. Made my money off of Seattle. I'm not going after it today. So this one's a complete stay away from me. And as for a total, I'm not really interested in one. I don't know how much Kansas City can put up.
How much Kansas City can put up?
Yeah. I like Castillo, so
yeah. Here's what they've done recently: 8 runs, 7 runs, 4 runs, 12 runs. They got shut out against Boston. 3 runs, 9 runs, 2 runs.
No, they've looked good. They've looked good. But I like Castillo, so no, I'm not.
Yeah, I grabbed it. Kansas City team total over 3.5 minus 111 in this game. They've been consistently scoring 4+ runs. I'm not the most trustworthy on Castillo. I know Castillo's been better, or Castillo's been good this year. But this Royals team is top 5 the last 30 days against right-handed pitching. So, and a 3.5 at only minus 111. Let me up.
Back to the chat.
Seattle money line for good night Muncie.
Please, for the love of God, run on it.
Yeah. Y'all see my Nats team total? Yes. I said I like the first 5 under. I like the first 5 under. I don't like the national team total over. Seattle team total over. I can see it. I lean over a full game as well, so I can see it. Let's get into this matchup here, Tim. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the San Diego Padres. The Padres are pretty significant favorites in this game, minus 170, total of 8 in this one. I understand why they're this big of favorites. It's Blake Snell on the mound. Line opened up at a 155 for the Padres. It's gone all the way up to a minus 178. So a 23-cent line movement towards the Padres here in this one. Line opened up at an 8 minus 105. It's up to an 8 minus 110. So a small line movement towards the over, suggesting Kramer gets hit. We have 43% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the Padres. The lines move that direction. 37% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move in that direction. Ballpark Pal has Petco Park as the tied for the worst hitting conditions on the slate, minus 7% runs, but plus 4% home runs, minus 8% doubles, triples, and minus 6% singles. Pitching matchup is a really good one here. Dean Kramer and Blake Snell. Kramer, 3.71 ERA, 1.18 whip, 7.41 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 4.24 walks per 9, a 207 BABIP, a 503 FIP, and a 5.08 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Blake Snell with a 1.97 ERA, 1.47 whip the last 30 days, 10.97 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%. The one concern, this is always a concern with Blake Snell, he walks way too many batters, 7.59 walks per 9, a 257 BABIP, a 4.17 FIP, and a 5.32 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Baltimore Orioles in this one here, 3.52 FIP, 3.84 SIERA compared to 4.03 and 3.94. The hitting advantage goes towards the Orioles, 106 WRC plus, which is 14th compared to 101, which is 12th. If there's one thing that the Orioles do hit, it's left-handed pitching because they are bottom 3 right now against right-handed. We saw that last night. But for me, it's a lean towards Blake Snell early. I would like a first 5 run line maybe with the Padres in this game. That would be my lean at the moment. You can get that at minus 130. But it's just a lean. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, which means the Padres are going to win this game. But it would be a lean towards the Padres. First 5 minus a half.
Happy Dean Kramer Day. And I know it's going to get annoying because I'm repetitive. Dean Kramer, most profitable pitcher in baseball. The Baltimore Orioles are 18-6 when he starts. That is 75% of the time he wins. You're up 13.25 units if you backed him every single game, which I have. And he is the most profitable pitcher in baseball by 5 units. So it's not particularly close. And I know I keep mentioning this. Baltimore is the most profitable team in baseball. They are the most profitable road team in baseball. Both of those, not particularly close. 10 units for the all together. And for road, they are up 3 units on the Nationals. Dean Kramer also is the third biggest over pitcher in baseball. The Baltimore Orioles games that he pitches in are 15-7 to the over. So yes, I go to this bet every single time he starts. It's Baltimore on the money line, and it's the over. I like Baltimore and the over 8 in this game. I know it's repetitive, but it's been profitable all year long. So I'm going to keep betting it.
Fair. Yeah, this is I think a pretty simple stay off for me. I can't get the Baltimore Orioles right worth of anything, so no point in trying anymore.
And real quick, because if you bet both the over and the Baltimore money line in both every single time that he's started, that is a combined 33-13. That's a pretty good trend.
And for those wondering, a Baltimore and over correlated parlay is plus 402.
Boom. I love it. Because Kramer lets up runs still. But the Orioles back him up with runs.
While y'all giving out hitter, if these damn ads keep coming up. There's ads playing? We have no control over that. Yeah, there's a lot of baseball. There's 13 games today. It's just 13 games.
So it's not even a full slate.
Yeah. They finally lost yesterday, but who cares? O's.
Facts.
Baltimore again. Baltimore money line. Bet them yesterday, going back today. Yeah, I'm on the live sweat last night on Hoobang, and we cashed the Orioles +9. And we had to thank James McCann for working out of a jam. for that one. We'll move on to the final game of the night, where the Dodgers just continue to roll.
Yep.
This team is ridiculous right now, and if I know this is square, I think the Dodgers win the National League this year. I think they're the team. I know Atlanta's the best team in baseball. The Dodgers, to me, are the better roster.
I don't think the Braves are the best team in baseball.
Well, I mean, I still think the Braves are the best team in baseball, but let's get into this one here. The Dodgers, who have been on absolute fire. Clayton Kershaw and Wade Miley in this one here. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 110 for the total. It's down to an 8.5 minus 102. So line moving towards the under. Line opened up at 205. It's now down to 222. A 17-cent line movement towards Los Doyers. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, see if it represents a move towards Dodgers and move towards the under. It definitely represents a move towards the under. 32% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the under. And then we have 18% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on the Brewers, because sharp money is probably going to start coming in against these Dodgers every night, especially with the run they're on. I think they're like 14-1 in the last 15 games. It's been ridiculous what this Dodgers team has done. By the way, shout out last night to Barney when the Brewers scored to make it 6-2. He gave out a live bet of the exact score, 6-2 Dodgers at 25-1, and it hit.
Nice.
So, let's take a look at the ballpark pal in this one here, where we have Dodger Stadium plus 2% runs, plus 14% home runs, minus 4% doubles, triples, minus 3% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. I like this pitching matchup here. We have Wade Miley, 1.80 ERA, 1 whip, 6.3 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 4.5 walks per 9, a 167 BABIP, a 4.66 FIP, and a 5.34 SIERA. One thing I have to question, though, is how many times has he pitched? Because I know he just came off of an injury.
I think he's pitched once.
He's pitched twice. He's pitched twice. He's gone 10 innings. He's given up 2 earned runs.
Against Washington and Colorado. Can we point that out? Against Washington and Colorado.
Yeah. And on the flip side, Clayton Kershaw, believe, is on the same type of thing, because he just came back off of an injury.
One start against Colorado.
One start. Gave up 1 earned run and 3 hits. So, but the bullpen advantage here goes towards the Brewers. 4 FIP, 3.49 SIERA compared to 4.16 and 4.33. Both these teams have been hitting well against lefties. 128 WRC plus, which is 5th for the Dodgers, compared to 115, which is 10th for the Brewers. I wanted to move on the under in this game, but I think these teams are just hitting lefties too good for me at the moment, or to try to back an under. The line move suggests an under in this one here. I like both the pitchers in this spot. The bats worry me. Is the only thing I'm worried about in this spot. But I lean towards ending my card the way I started it with one last first 5 under.
I would like to be a lot of kids' favorite cartoon character and put my square pants on and take the Dodger run line. You mentioned their streak, 13-1 since the All-Star break, not the All-Star break, the trade deadline, which is number 1 in baseball. The only team that's close to them is Texas, which I believe is 12-2. And on that stretch, not only are they winning, Nick, they are covering the run line. Because you look at their games, they 6-2, 8-3, 4-1, 6-1. Here's your one that they didn't cover, 2-1, 2-0. Oh, sorry. They're 13-3 or 11-3. I missed the 5-4 game versus Arizona. 13-7, 8-2. They lost to San Diego. 10-5, 8-1, 10-1, and 7-3. So they have been covering the run line in 11 out of those 14 games, where they're 13-1 overall. I'm grabbing the Dodgers. I'm grabbing their run line at minus 107. It's a square play. The SpongeBob SquarePants play of the day is the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I'm doing a post for that one.
I'm going to move on this game too. I'm going to grab 2 spots on this one here. I'm going to tag up with that Dodger run line with you.
Yep, cool. Done.
And I'm also grabbing the first 5 under 4.5. At minus 115. I think Clayton Kershaw has a game tonight. So give me the first 5 under. Give me the Dodger run line to close out today's card.
Let's do it.
Dodger money line, Kershaw. I mean, please lay a run line. They're minus 110 on the run line. But that is everything for today's card, Tim. So that means it is time for
housekeeping.
Yes, I was starting to make a SpongeBob SquarePants post for Instagram. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys do a like, comment, subscribe, share. I did post the one of the pinned comment is the Instagram, which I posted the Instagram play of the day. Nick, have you looked at it yet?
I have not.
Do you want to take a guess on what it is?
The Instagram play of the day?
Yes. And bonus point if you can get who is on it.
Austin Gomber.
Huh?
Austin Gomber.
Did you look?
No. I know we both liked
the
Oh, we like the Rockies.
Yeah, that's the play of the day. It's up on the Instagram page. You guys can check out the Twitter and the TikTok. I'm gonna put those in the chat as well. Just trying to grow all the platforms. So we appreciate everybody who does follow us on all those platforms. It does make a difference. Nick, do you want to quickly? You could recap your stuff first, and then I'll recap my stuff second. I'm gonna quickly grabbing some links.
Yeah. The theme of the day is first 5 unders. Let's get into it. Detroit, Minnesota under 4.5. Pittsburgh and New York first 5 under 4.5. The Diamondbacks first 5 team total under 3.5, and the first 5 under 6.5. Tampa Bay, San Fran first 5 under 4.5. Cincinnati, Cleveland first 5 under 5. Oakland first 5 under. Oakland, St. Louis first 5 under 5. Boston, Washington first 5 under 4.5. Wow, I'm on so many unders. I did play it over today, Tim. Kansas City Royals team total over 3.5 at minus 111. Los Angeles and Milwaukee first 5 under 4.5, and closing it out with the Dodger run line at minus 1.5 and minus 110.
Let's get it. I'm on the over in the Mets game. I know you're on the first 5 under. I like the over. Colorado under in San Fran. I also lean San Fran. Under in Miami. I also lean Miami. Did you say? You said you didn't like that one. Reds run line. I'm on the Oakland Athletics. Natties, Phillies, Rangers. I like Seattle, but I'm not laying the minus 130. Over and Orioles money line, and then the SpongeBob SquarePants square play of the day is the Dodger run line.
There you go.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Bye-bye, guys. Good luck.